the hand free.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. All right. So, y'all have been through the phase of exams. Y'all have announced the results. How many of you are familiar with open and close questions? Did you use open and close questions in your exam papers, or did the coordinators encourage the teachers to use open and close questions in the exam papers? Or did the headmistresses do it? Okay, you are familiar with open and closed questions. I want to know from you. Okay, thank you, Miss Munira. Thank you. How many of you, can anyone tell me what is open question according to you? Walaikum assalam, Miss Rita. Thank you. Okay, Miss Iram is saying we mostly use open questions. Okay, how many subject teachers are here? Science, maths, whichever subject you all are. Can I just need someone to speak and share? What type of open questions do you use? Or what type of closed questions do you use? Anyone? Anyone? Just one person can also speak. Yes.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum.
Can I?
Yes. Walaikum assalam.
This is Aisha here.
Okay. Aisha Asim.
Okay. Yes. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay. This is open question. We generally use in creative writing also, and we just give the topic, and then that is open-ended questions in which the children they have to write about it, about the given topic. So this is what I believe is open question.
All right. And questions ask actually a lot of details. How many Urdu teachers or science teachers, English teachers, teachers of English we use it in the form of essays, in the form in literature also. So how many of you, how many teachers use this open questions for their respective subjects? Okay, Sabah is saying open questions are those in which a child expresses their own opinion and thoughts, and open questions are not marked incorrectly. All right.
नहीं रख दो नहीं रखो इन खत्म हो गई
All right. So, okay, an example over here. What is global warming? Explain. All right. And as an Urdu teacher, it's used widely. I make sure that I ask open-ended questions in every paper I prepare. Excellent. And Imra saying we use it especially when we are doing novels. Yes, especially for character sketches. Like if you were Harry Potter, how would you deal with Voldemort? So you see, this is an example of an open question, not a closed question. All right. So yes, Nimra saying 100% exactly, yes. What about the, what you can say, the math teachers? Do you use open questions for word problems? And then you expect your students. In science, we have case studies and reasoning. Yes. All right, wonderful. You all have case studies and reasoning. Yes, it can be used for open questions. So open questions actually require a lot of details, and the examples are given over here. How, what, when, why, which, explain and describe, and examples are given on your screen. I've given from the English perspective because I'm the English what you can say language teacher. And how do you, there are other examples given over here about a marketing campaign and what steps should be taken to overcome global warming. So these are examples of open questions. And closed questions are basically short answers. You require short or precise answers. And the examples are like are, the questions begin with are, did, do, should, or could. And examples are given over here. Are you comfortable? For example, are you happy to attend today's session? I will get the answers now. Yes. Are you happy to attend today's session, today's webinar? Yes. Thanks a lot.
Of course, Miss.
Happy. Yes. Everyone is saying yes. Yes. So this is an example of a closed question. Do you like biryani? Yes or no? Oh my God, look at the big yeses.
Yes.
Yeses, yeses, yeses. So many yes, they all love biryani, all biryani lovers over here. Okay, Mavash is saying no. Sadaf is smiling. That shows how many of you love biryani. All right. Good, 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 good. So I got precise answers, short answers. Munira is showing that, that mouth with that tongue shows that she loves it. Thank you, Miss Munira. Usually come with detailed questions. Okay, that is open-ended, and close-ended we ask like short, fill in the blanks. MCQs are also examples of close questions. Yes, MCQ is an example of close questions. Yes, definitely. Where you get you're given options are given to the students and they have to choose the right option. Good. And probing questions. Now, probing questions actually, yes, even Ms. Farana saying one word answer, yes. Now, probing questions actually, they are used for clarification. All right. For example, at home we usually ask, where are my car keys? Where is my handkerchief? The morning time when you have your brothers and fathers and husbands going to work, they start asking 110 probing questions. Or even when you are going to work, you all also ask those probing questions, don't you? Where is my breakfast? Or where are my car keys? Where is my purse? So the probing questions begin in the morning time from home. Yes, where is my bag? That is also another example of probing question. Right? Even the children also, when they are going to school, Mama, where's my tiffin? That is also an example of a probing question. Where's my phone? That's the most important part of our lives, the cell phone. Where is my cell phone? Yes. So these are examples of probing questions. Next comes the funnel questions. Yes. Now, the funnel questions actually are, it helps you to control the amount of details that, that you get from someone during an interview. Now, interviewers, they use the funnel question technique to get the, insightful answers from the person who's being interviewed. An example of a funnel question, you can ask it by starting with an open-ended question. For example, why are you interested in this job position? Or what have you learned from your previous work experience? And then you can, from an open-ended question, you come to a follow-up question. And then you continue to ask for more questions for details. And in the last part, you can begin then by asking close-ended questions. Like when did you start your previous job? Which year was it? So from a close-ended question, you can go on to building an open-ended question. They are giving me more examples of probing question. Where is my charger? That's the most important thing nowadays. So funnel questions are actually used by researchers, journalists, detectives, all right, in order to retrieve means get important information or maybe draw conclusions. All right. For example, in your funnel question, you must have even come across this. Why do you consider yourself suitable for this job? That is also an example of a funnel question. And then you begin giving your answers by mentioning your hard and soft skills. So this is also an example of your funnel question. Leading questions. Now, leading questions, the purpose is to lead the respondents to a particular answer by avoiding unnecessary information. For example, examples of lead questions are event evaluation, exit interviews, market research, training evaluation. Remember when I make you fill the forms, the Google form, and I tell you that fill the Google form, I need your attendance. That is an example of your lead questions, where I ask you, what were your major takeaways? So you give me the exact answers. What were your major takeaways? Then I ask you the quizzes. That is where you give me exact answers, maybe through true or false or yes or no. So these are examples of your leading questions. All right. So next we come to rhetorical questions. Now, rhetorical questions are used actually to get someone's attention, to see how much a person is paying attention. And these are some of the examples. Isn't that an amazing deal? Oh, wow, who knew? Aren't you glad that you are here today? Isn't John's design so creative? Actually, these are not questions. It is just to get someone's attention, just to see how many people are listening. Like, for example, if I say that let's meet at dinner tonight, how many of you are listening to this?
Oh, wow.
There, see, oh wow. So that's an example of a rhetorical question. Okay, next we come to is the recall question and process question. Now, recall questions are is another word for review questions, what we already discussed before. And process questions are actually used to tap upon the critical thinking skills of maybe employees or maybe of students. For example, what are the pros and cons of ChatGPT? Or what type of content do you think would resonate with our audience? Or Mavish is saying, I'm all available. What if I say another example of a rhetorical question, like you will be getting what you can say, a trophy at the end of the webinar for those who participate actively. How many of you are paying attention to this? No one is.
Me.
All right. Wow. Okay, Prana saying wow. Oh wow. All the wows have started. I am. They also, that means they all are alert. They are listening. Good. Good. Okay. So can you see the examples of recall question on your screens? That is where, what's your cell number? Where does Sarah normally ask for sugar in a coffee? Or where have you saved your presentation? Good. Or I can give you another example of a recall question. Have you finished with the Padlet activity?
Yes.
Good. Thank you. Yes, all the yes is coming in now. They have finished. Hizra saying no. Hizra gandi bachi ban gayi hai. All right. Okay, ma'am. Sabika saying yes. All right. Majority are saying yes. Good. Now we come to inquiry-based learning. Now, how many of you are familiar with this term, inquiry-based learning? Another Gandhi Bachi we have in the class. All right. Ume Habiba is saying me. All right. Aisha Asim is saying hi. Okay. You have heard about inquiry-based learning. What is inquiry-based learning according to you? Yes. Answers. Yes. Type your answers. What is inquiry-based learning according to you? Okay, WH questions, asking questions. All right, definitely right. All right, now inquiry-based learning is actually a student-centered teaching method or an approach that encourages students to ask questions and investigate real-life problems. And in this approach, students are given opportunities to engage in the learning process and explore their natural curiosities. And there are 4 types of inquiry-based learning, that is structured inquiry approach. It is actually a sequential process that helps a student to learn how to ask questions, and it is mostly used in science classes where students are given a problem to investigate and are taught how to use scientific process to find the solution. And then we have the open-ended inquiry. This is a free-form approach where students are given freedom to explore their interests and ask questions about a topic they are studying. And this type of learning takes place in humanities, where students are asked to explore a topic in depth and debate different viewpoints. And problem-based inquiry is actually a problem-solving approach where students are given real-world problems to solve. And this type of learning is often used in maths and engineering classes, where students are asked to apply their knowledge to solve real-world problems. And guided inquiry is also known as a teacher-led approach, where the teacher guides the students through inquiry process and helps them to ask questions and find solutions to real-world problems. And it is actually used at the elementary and middle school classrooms. All right, so I'm getting responses over here on my screen. That is where students have to research and find answers on their own by asking questions. Yes, you're right. And it also encourages students for peer learning. I agree. I agree with the responses that are coming in the chat. I rightly agree with you. So moving on, these are some examples of inquiry-based learning, like science experiments, field trips, and classroom debates, projects, group work, math Olympiad. Then you have college discussions, and even, how to find solutions to pollution. So these are some of the examples of your inquiry-based learning. So remember this activity which I had given before the webinar? And I said that I'm going to show the results on the screen. Remember, very good. How many, most of you, I've been looking at the responses. So this was a Padlet activity to engage you to use your questioning skills by showing you 4 pictures. The first picture is actually a basket for Mother's Day. Second one was of teachers holding their framed certificates. Teachers holding their frame certificates. The next was a chicken biryani, and the last one was of Karachi, that was Jinnah International Airport. All right. So now I got an amazing response for this particular activity. And you know what was the amazing response? Let me share the amazing response. Let me see what response I have got. I'm just copying and pasting in the chat over here because I want to show y'all. Okay. Can you see the wait, let me share this. All right. All right. Can you all see this? Can you see?
Yes, miss.
Amazing response I've got. It's amazing, amazing. And Miss Tabassum, my God, you gave me a wonderful, wonderful, such a detailed, such precise answers, Miss Tabassum. See, look at this, wonderful. You gave me 3 questions, 3 to 4 questions for each picture. Wow. What an amazing response I've got from all my participants. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Really, you made me very happy. Wonderful. Look at the amazing response I've got. Wonderful. So wonderful, really. Yes, I've got such wonderful responses. And you know what, Mavish has written, I'm just sharing a few, questions. I mean, please do not get offended because we have less time. Mavish says, and I'm so happy I can see your names. And Maliha, thank you so much, dear, for giving your response. Mavish says for the first picture, what topic was the workshop on? And picture who sent this beautiful gift, and when is your departure? And when did you order, where did you order biryani from? Wonderful responses. All right. And really, this is amazing, amazing, really amazing. Look at this. Look at this. And there's a major surprise actually after this for following my instructions and for giving me such amazing response. There is, and I'm going to share. Thank you so much for first of all supporting me. and for participating in this activity. And you really made me happy. When I saw that, I said to myself, I said, they worked hard for it. All right. So now, can you see this on your screens?
Yes.
Congratulations, rising stars. Yes, y'all are my rising stars. So congratulations, all of you, for giving me a wonderful response. Literally, y'all have done an amazing job. Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations. And some of the questions were really very interesting to read, and I loved them. And thank you to each one of you. I don't want to take names because I know I'll forget them, but thank you so much. Really, you're giving me wonderful responses. All right. So we come to the conclusion, that is questioning now. Questioning actually is very important to gain information. And without questioning, interpersonal communication will fail, like how I'm communicating with you, you are communicating with me. So this is known as your interpersonal communication. And it is very important for a successful communication. And where we ask questions when we want to engage in a conversation. And in the question answer session, teachers can practice variety of questioning techniques and reinforce, the learning of the students through that questioning techniques, and it will make them motivated. And also it will encourage students to, tap upon their critical thinking skills based on the content and the topic that is being taught to them. And also, questioning also helps you to get relevant and appropriate and constructive feedback for the work that you do. All right. So with that, my session comes to an end. And I hope you all loved it. I hope you all liked it. Although, it has been a very difficult time for me after what I shared yesterday about my father. He wasn't well, but I tried my level best, to fulfill my promise of, presenting the webinar. And if you think that I lacked something, so I apologize for that, because, it's not easy in a very tensed frame of mind, to, conduct a webinar, but I did it because of your motivation, because of the love and support that you have always showed me, and for Impart. And I am again thankful to you all for reaching out to me through your personal messages on WhatsApp. I'm thankful to you all. And I pray to the Almighty that after you complete this webinar series, when you get your certificates, not only of the webinars that you have attended, but also of Impart Promising Star Teachers, that motivates you and reminds you that, you are loved, you are appreciated, and you deserve to be appreciated for the hard work that you are putting. You deserve it. All right. And always keep coming back to Impart, because Impart will always welcome you back with open arms, with new learning. And pray that in the future we meet once at least for a physical, in-person training. I'm trying for this, not this year, but hopefully next year. I want to have one physical, face-to-face training with you all, and interact in a better way with all of you, like how you interact with your students and with your colleagues. So with that, the session comes to an end, and I'm receiving so many, any verbal feedback from your side is welcome. Yes, any verbal feedback, anyone who wants to say something, a quick one. This comes to an end. Yes, anyone.
Miss, the session is amazing. And I want to say that you are my inspiration. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And may I know your name? Who's saying this?
Umme Habiba here.
Yeah, Viva. Yes, I love the way you call me Api. That really makes me feel, like a big sister. Thank you so much. I'm receiving so many responses over here at the side. Thank you so much. And Rida saying it was an amazing session. I tried to make it an amazing session. I hope it was amazing. Yes, Nimra saying you are an inspiration. Even in such a difficult situation, you somehow managed to conduct the session so well. Thank you so much, Miss Nimra. Thank you so much. And Sarah saying it was a fruitful session as always. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I'll be sharing the Padlet feedback link in WhatsApp. So please give me your feedback, like how you gave me your names for the activity. I need your names over there for the feedback. I have not created the Google attendance form. I apologize for that. So I will create the Google attendance form and I'll share it with you. After this, actually, after your webinar, I have a course, another group to teach, that is the English speaking course for adults. So my third group is waiting. So take good care of yourselves and thank you so much for your prayers. Yes, Ameen, thank you so much for the prayers. Miss Aisha Asam, thank you so much. Ameen, thank you. So take good care of yourselves and I wish you happiness, success, and this prayer is for all of you. Happiness, success, and lots of appreciation and awards for your hard work. I mean, for that also. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Allah Hafiz, take good care of yourselves, okay?